One was having tumor, the other was having cancer. And I thought that I was gonna die. I'm born on 17 May 1988. I have two sisters and I'm the middle child. Overall, actually grew up in a very tight-knitted family. My dad actually owns a small little publishing company, and my mom actually helps my dad in his accounting and his bookkeeping need. So one thing that I remember growing up is that my parents always set aside the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, to really spend that quality time together with me and my sisters. And such that even every Sunday, we always make the effort to always go out as a family, to attend church in the morning, and always have that lunch and dinner together as a family. So overall, I would say that my family would be considered a pretty close-knitted and happy family. Growing up as a kid, I was considered a very quiet and more introvert kid. Even though I had a very good family relationship, and I was generally very open and happy in my family, but I always felt very awkward when I was outside and when I was in school. So during 10 years old, I actually managed to get into the basketball team, and that was to me my pathway to being the popular kid in school. However, unfortunately, I actually was the weakest player in the team and therefore ended up being an outcast in the entire basketball team, and that really disappointed me as a kid, and just that pretty much killed off my confidence in my entire primary school days. Even though I didn't do too well in my primary school days, however, my family has always showed me love and concern and loved me for who I am, and that have always been my safe haven. However, at the age of 14, things took a turn for the worse. I had a huge growth that appeared on my left chest. It was around this big. And I went on to Google and searched on what could have caused this, and I could only see two results. One was having tumor, the other was having cancer, and I thought that I was gonna die. I still remember every day in school, I had to hide in one corner, especially when I needed to change out of my clothes. I didn't want anyone to see my growth because that was the biggest embarrassment to me, and that literally just shattered all my confidence as a growing teenager. For the next 3 years, I hid this embarrassment from every single one, including my family. And because I do not know when I was gonna die, I chose to actually live life as happy as I can. One day, when I was 17 years old, I was in my room playing computer games, and my mom came into the room excitedly, and she bought this sports singlet for me and wanted me to try it on. And I rejected her. Feeling unappreciative, she asked me why can't I do this one simple task for her. And I felt I was very mentally back to the corner, and I had to tell her the truth. And that was the first time I saw my mom feeling so devastated. And in the next 2 months, I went to see a specialist, and the good news was it wasn't life-threatening. And I got it quickly removed, and that was the first time I felt like I was free. This whole saga has taught me to live life to the fullest, such that I got my degree at the age of 20. I started my first business at the age of 22, and this may be a path that most people do not take. However, I felt like I was really doing well and good in my life. Stepping to society was a whole different story. I had people questioning if my degree was even recognized, or am I even mature enough to start a business? And that's when I realized that society tends to reject people who are different. But I felt that different may not always be better, but better is always different. With that, at the age of 22 to 25, I blocked out all the noise around me and started out many different businesses, from a marketing agency to e-commerce websites to even trading of game currency. And at the age of 25, I met my wife Jermaine, and to talk about living life to the fullest, we dated, got married, and have our first kid within 365 days. Today, I have 2 beautiful kids, and I'm very happily married. Fast forward to 28 years old, I made a major business mistake. I partnered with the wrong person. I lost my entire business and got fired from my own company. Due to my own poor judgment, I lost everything. Having 2 young kids, I didn't have the time to react. I jumped straight into restarting a business that requires me to spend a lot of time overseas. This started to cause a huge strain between my relationship with me and my wife. And I remember I was still in Vietnam at that point of time, and I received a call from my wife telling me that my daughter is having a high fever and she went into fits. My wife had to figure everything out herself, send her to the hospital, stayed by her side alone and take care of her, all without me. The very next day, I booked the first flight I could and rushed back to Singapore to attend to the family. And subsequently, I had a huge fight with my wife. And that's when she asked me, what's the point of working so hard if you end up losing your family? That's when I realized we needed to do something different which works for both of us and our family. And that was when we started to learn about different forms of investments and increase our financial knowledge. And through this learning journey, I met my current business partner, Ivan and Benny, and eventually we chose to go into property investment because we felt it was the best for our family and we really wanted something that was tangible and predictable. In a short span of 4 months, my wife and I acquired 4 properties. It was a life-changing moment for us. We did what we thought was impossible. And having the chance to work together with my wife again, our relationship got better than ever. And now I have more time with my family and to see my kids grow up and provide them with a very happy home. I was fortunate enough to meet Ivan and Benny, who basically motivated me to start my property investment journey. And we'd like to share this with more people so that you can benefit as well. And that's the reason why we started Quadrant, and the rest is history, which we may do a video on that part of history soon. So this is my story thus far. Thanks for listening to my story, and if this has benefited you or inspired you in one way or another, I'll be very happy. And as usual, like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.